if I gave in.
Welcome back, everyone. I got another newbie with me right now. I have Christopher Stinnett, and
Yes, ma'am.
he is the owner of Foresight Property Inspection. Welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself because you're a little different.
Just a little bit.
Just a little different.
Trying to, make myself stand out a little bit.
Right. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I am a home inspector, and I come from a construction background and always did work in construction, working on homes, maintenance on homes. And as I've gotten tired of all the hard labor, I felt inspector was right in line for what I do. Not so much the labor, but still could utilize all the knowledge that I've acquired over the years.
But what comes along with you have a toolbox of things. One is that you do thermography. Is that how you say that?
That is correct.
Okay, and then the other one is obviously in termite inspection too. But let's talk a little bit about you and what areas you work in.
Well, I'm around the whole valley.
So you're valley-wide?
Yeah, construction guy. Travel does not bother me.
Right. So valley-wide. And when you come in and you do this, you today told me that before you came on, you said, I'm going to offer them a free thermal image. It's an image?
Yeah, it's basically a free thermal imaging scan of the home where I can go through the home. I will, when I do thermal scans, I am looking at electrical. I'm looking for hot spots, safety issues. I'm looking at the exterior walls in the attics, looking for, energy issues, failing insulation. I've even found areas where doors have had gaps around the seals and allowing air in. Then I'm also looking for water leaks and things of that nature around the home, especially around plumbing, areas of possible roof leaks. Roof leaks are always easier to find after recent rains, but, in Arizona we don't get a lot of that. So, but we do our best. And people have found rodents. Termites have been found with thermal imaging, so you never know what you're going to find. You're just seeing thermal anomalies. We've even found beehives in walls and things like that from thermal imaging.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So now, you are offering for everyone a free thermal imaging with an inspection.
That is correct.
Okay? And you're valley-wide. You got to check it out. It's Foresight. Go ahead and spell it so I make sure I spell it right. Go ahead.
That's Foresight, Foresight. And that's property inspections. So Foresight Property Inspections.
So, and inspection on your website.
But inspection on the website, yeah. Someone had already gotten that, and I didn't realize it before I set it all up. But my tagline was too good to get rid of, so I kept it.
Right. So, here's the thing about this. I think it's really important. Why is it so important that people have these inspections done, and also especially having the thermal imaging done? Because even if they have then termites, which probably a lot of people do and not know it, right? Then you can fix the problem with that.
Well, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. It depends. When you're doing thermal imaging, you're looking for something to give you a thermal anomaly, and that's got to be air, water, sometimes if termites are close enough to the drywall on the inside, you may not be able to see it. But subterranean termites, which is mainly what you'll find here in the valley in Arizona, they need moisture. So, when they're building and they've got a good moisture and they're close enough to those surfaces, you can detect it. Sometimes when they're a little further off or if they're behind a shower stall, it gives a little bit more of a hiding space that you may not be able to detect. It's better to have it and get as much as you can than to not have it, because when you don't have it, you're only using your naked eye. And if you can have two sets of eyes,
why
it's
not?
better than
if
one.
It makes sense,
that's
you
right.
should just do it. We're live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Like us, follow us. We're going to be sharing this show afterwards, and then people just absolutely love that. I want to talk to you, too, how it seems to me it's wonderful that you have it all together in one, like a toolbox.
Yes, ma'am.
It should be that almost everybody does it.
Well, a lot of people, they don't want to take on the responsibility or the liability or whatever it may be. Some people don't want to do it. They just want to inspect, and that's perfectly fine. That's not a problem. But you're finding a lot of people out there that are buying and selling homes, and when you buy a home, you need your home inspection, but your lenders are also wanting that termite inspection. So, a lot of guys will hire a termite guy and come out. I just look at it as if I could be licensed to do all these things, I can be there, and I don't have to rely on anybody else to come out there, and I can take care of my clients all in one shot.
Right, and it saves them probably money at that point.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Everybody's different on what they charge. Now, termite inspections are included with my home inspections for free. I don't add anything extra on it. But, it depends on pricing. Everybody's prices are different, so it varies.
Right. Now,
but I say when you go cheap, sometimes you get what you pay for.
Exactly. Now, you could check him out. He's valley-wide. His phone number is 480 694-7199. His website is foresightpropertyinspection.com. And we're going to open up the lines to the audience right now, and they're going to get entered in to win a free thermal imaging along with that inspection. Now, your license, you said, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm licensed through the Arizona BTR for my home inspection license. And then I'm licensed through the agricultural department for my termite license. And I was certified. I went through Monroe Infrared to get my thermography certification.
So you're certified up the kazoo.
And eventually we'll add sewer scopes to that, which will be a great addition eventually.
Now I want to also point out that you're only residential.
Right now we are only residential. I want to move into doing some commercial, but right now the residential community is hot, and once I grow a little more and I have more hands on deck, the bigger jobs like commercial will be a lot easier to take care of.
Now, why did you become a home inspector like this?
Well, with working in the heat, when I did a lot of electrical, a lot of home maintenance. My main trade was electrical, but you're in the attics, you're on the roof, and in the summer in Arizona, that's horrible. As I'm getting older, I just felt, I could use my knowledge. I get in the attic, but I don't have to do the work. I can't do the work. So it's a little less hard labor on the body, but still I get to use all the skills that my mind has developed over the years.
So explain to them what a home maintenance inspection is. So
a lot of people don't even know what they are. A lot of people don't even understand inspections completely. They just know that they're told by their realtor to get a home inspection when they're buying a house. Mm-hmm. But a home maintenance inspection, if you've lived in your home 2-3 years or more, it's usually suggested to get an inspection, just like you would. It's a normal inspection, but you'd get that, have someone go through your home so you can see the condition of your home. Because while we're living in our home, we walk past water heaters all the time that may have leaky or maybe rusting, may have some problems. People aren't paying attention to plumbing. They're not doing the regular maintenance, getting roofers out on the roof every year like they should, or getting things done. And suddenly they have a big problem. And if they had it inspected, maybe they could have caught these problems before they became big damage.
So that's a really important point that you brought out, because a lot of people out there, they've been living in their houses for years.
That's correct.
And they don't have, you're saying that everyone should actually get a home inspection almost every couple of years so that they can see exactly what's going on with their homes.
That's correct. We've gone into homes and people are living there. We just did an inspection, about a year ago. I remember very clearly. We got there and the lady was buying the home. She'd been living there for, I think, at least a year. She was buying the home from the homeowner she'd been renting from. And when we went in the attic, the drain pan for the AC unit was completely full. It was just a matter of maybe another day or two before it spilled over and started spilling into the attic. And they just never knew. But you get someone to go through, and they go through these attics, they do all these things and check these things out. Maybe you could find these things before they become big problems, like we did in that situation for that game.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, I think that's really important. And I'm sure a lot of us, here's what we said before when we were talking, when we were off air. People procrastinate about certain things. And, they don't want to think about the stuff that might be going on inside the walls of the house, right?
That is absolutely
Until they start hearing something.
Or the damage comes, and then, all the big money for repairs.
Exactly.
At first they're like, I don't want to pay anybody to come out and look at this or do that, but then they realize that the repairs are way more costly. So
you can check him out on his website. It's Foresight Property Inspection. Just one inspection on that.com. And the phone number to call, it's 480-694-7199. He's valley-wide. He's also licensed. He's as a home inspector. He's a termite inspector. He's also certified with that, and a certified residential thermographer. He only does residential. He's licensed and insured. Right now we've got our lines open for everyone to get entered into win a free thermal imaging, which we're going to talk a little bit about what that is. and it comes along with an inspection. It has to come with an inspection. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We're going to go to a break, and it's not just because you're selling a house or you're going to buy a house. You might be living in a house right now that might be having a lot of stuff going on in those walls that you want to check it out. So check him out on his website. It's foresightpropertyinspection.com.
If I gave it all away.
So welcome back, everyone. So we were talking a little bit here with Christopher Stinnett. I said it right now. Right the first time, right the second.
Yep, that's right.
But, okay, I was talking to you a little bit about thermography and for thermal imaging for a house. You know, we think of it sometimes for ladies, but it's for a house.
Yes.
Okay, and we want to talk a little bit about what that is.
Well, when you're going into a home, you know, with inspectors, you know, we're not there to tear down the house. We're not there to do all that. You know, we don't have that kind of time. So our inspections are limited to what we can see visually at the time. Now, I try to kind of investigate what I can in certain areas, but we just can't dive into the walls. With thermal imaging, while it can't see everything. I know a lot of people think it's X-ray vision, but you can't see through water with it. But it gives you a second pair of eyes. It allows you to see thermal differences, temperature differences within certain materials. And with homes and most building construction, those materials are actually poor insulators. The good thing about poor insulators is they are great for passing on thermal anomalies, moisture, air differences, heat differences. For instance, if water is leaking from a shower wall and it's coming down the walls and running across the baseboard, all that wood and everything, after a little bit, it's going to throw off. After it's wet, the water evaporates and it cools. And that gives you a different temperature reading and an anomaly that allows you to see what you can't see with the naked eye. So while it can't always pick up everything, it helps you pick up more than what you can with a naked eye. We have found leaking water. We found poor or failing insulation in attics or exterior walls. There's people that have found rodents, actual rodents. You can see the paw prints on the drywall while they were still sitting there. You can see electrical. When electrical connections are under load and they're loose, something's not right, they can oftentimes overheat to the point that they can even cause fire, and those can be detected with a thermal imaging camera where you can't see it with the naked eye.
So I want to get this clear from you because you had mentioned something. If somebody was listening to this right now and said, you know what, I better get my house checked. I want to have it inspected in that way. Can they just do that with you?
Yes, they can. I do thermography for residential homes outside of inspection. So if it's something where I just want to know if my walls are looking good as far as insulation, or I want to see if there's some leaks or anything like that, by all means, we can do that. If it hasn't rained and you're wanting to see if a leak in a roof was fixed, I can work with a plumber. He can get up there. We can start wetting the roof and start looking around the home to see if we can see water coming into the inside of the home somewhere.
When you say that you can see that there could be maybe some leakage with the air quality, I think that you said something about that air might be getting out of the
So I was doing an inspection recently, and it was a gentleman had just bought the home. It was a new home. It was we're about 11 months in, and when you buy a brand new home that's been built, you have 1 year to get back with the builder for them to come back. It's a 1-year warranty, and they can come and fix things, cracks, things of that nature. Oftentimes, people will get a home inspection, so the inspector can make up a report, and then they give that report and have them fix whatever they can. With this gentleman, I was doing a thermal scan of his walls, and I noticed at the front door, I could actually see the thermal anomaly of the air that was coming in from outside through the top of the door trim. And what it was doing, it was just leaving a big oval of temperature difference on the wall. So by that, I was able to determine that the trim around the door on the outside and the inside was not sealed well enough, and air was coming in through those gaps.
Which, in the long run, saves them money, and that's what you're there to help them do as well. Is that correct?
Anytime we can, absolutely. So in this case, he could tell them, hey, this isn't sealed. He was able to show them the thermal imaging I included with his report. Hey, this isn't sealed. Now let's seal that. Summertime, that heat starts coming through there. That area of the house gets a little warmer or something. All that little stuff adds up.
Right. So, and you've combined all of this. So you want to talk about your termite inspection too?
Well, basically, I do the same thing that any termite company would do so far as inspections. My license is actually hung with Strike Force Termite and Pest Control. When I come out to do a home inspection, I'm also doing the graphs and everything, and I'm looking for termites.
Right.
A lot of times with home inspectors, we have a little bit better of advantage because we're getting into more places than most termite guys are getting into. So we're able to find things that maybe they wouldn't be able to get to or see sometimes. So it just kind of is a great add-on to home inspection. And since it's needed when you're buying or selling a home, typically when you're buying a home, you have to have a termite inspection for the lender. It's a great package together.
Now, you have an inspectedhouse.com website as well. I know we're using this one today. What's the difference?
Well, the inspectedhouses.com, that is actually something that truly sets me apart from any other inspector right now in the Valley that I'm aware of. I'm working with inspectedhouses.com, which is a platform that actually works with realtors in the sense that we can help market their listings online, and they can generate leads for those listings back and give those back to the realtor, market it off their listings. It's not given to anybody else. So, a lot of these big tech companies, these real estate companies, they're taking that information, selling it to several realtors, and, these realtors got to fight for their leads. Whereas these are coming off that realtor's listings, and it goes back to them only. So we're helping realtors, but it works really great with pre-listing inspections or pre-sale inspections. This is where we are changing the culture of real estate in the sense that we are working for the homeowners and the home buyers as well. So it allows us to pre-inspect the home for the sellers. The sellers get to see what's wrong with the house, so they're not surprised by things in the end. And our buyers get the opportunity to look at a report, see if it's something that they would like to work with. That way they can feel better before they put down their earnest money and get their inspection done, rather than coming into a home blind, making an offer, negotiating, then getting an inspection and finding out there's a bunch of things going on wrong. A lot of times people will want to blame the inspector because, the house deal's gone bad, but unfortunately we're just the messenger. We're just giving you the information.
Right.
But if you can do it ahead of time, the seller can actually see what he's expecting he may have to fix anything that's major, and it really helps the process go a lot smoother for the buyer and the seller.
Well, we have everyone getting entered in to win a free thermal imaging that comes along with the inspection.
That's correct.
Do that. And again, our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. He's valley-wide. He's licensed and insured. He works with residential only, and the website is foresightpropertyinspection.com. And what would you, let me give us our number here so you can call in. Our number here is 602-277-5369. What would you leave the audience with like a piece of advice? What would you leave them with?
My one thing is do not neglect the maintenance of your home. So often we get carried away with our lives, and we neglect our homes, and we don't realize that our roof is in peril because we didn't have it maintained properly. We don't realize that our ACs are way inefficient, cost us way more money, and we don't realize that our water heaters are about to blow. We're busy with our lives. And it is really important that you find a good quality inspector that you can trust to help you have that foresight. That's where, one of my taglines, my main tagline is don't have regret in hindsight, have confidence with foresight. Because only with foresight do you stay ahead of things to prevent small problems from becoming big problems.
Absolutely. And this is why when you said that you do them for anyone, you don't have to necessarily be selling or buying a house. I think that's where it really comes in. Very important to call you and just have that done automatically so that it's already taken care of, that when you know that when you're going to sell or buy your home, it's already, your house is in tip-top shape.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct. You know, sometimes homeowners, they go years. They never, never go on the roof, never had it clean. And we go on these, we go on the roof and we see the valleys are so built up with crud, and they're not able to drain properly. Water spills over, causes leaks. Walked into attics. People didn't even know they had broken trusses. Don't even know how long it's been there.
How many people are even thinking about the fact that they got to wash their roof today, this weekend? You know, I mean, you don't know to do that.
That's right. Like I say, we get so busy in our lives, we don't think about what we don't know about.
That's what I love about this show.
So, yeah, it's very important. My biggest thing is stay on top, maintain your home, and, by all means, you don't want to call every trade out there because you're too busy. Get one inspector so then you know who you need to call.
The number to call is 480-694-7199. He's valley-wide. He's licensed and insured. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win a free thermal imaging along with the inspection. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We're live on Facebook, so you can check him out there too. Also, check him out on his website. It's Foresight Property Inspection. That's with just one inspection.com. Again, that number to call him, it's 480-694-7199.
if a